Good evening, everybody. How's everyone? Today is Tuesday. I'm in Australia, Harvey Bay. It's actually a lot warmer than it used to be, so it's quite interesting. So, welcome to my channel. I'm Corolla. I'm a soul mender. I do different kinds of work. But tonight we're going to talk about different subjects, which I found interesting. How you perceive the subjects is up to you. I'm only just asking the cards the questions, what's going on, if it's true. So we're going to discuss what's so below is so above, or what's above is below, basically. So is the earth bigger than it actually is perceived by the round ball they give us, which I don't believe it's a round ball, but that's just my opinion. So whatever you believe is your choice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But I watched this awesome show today, actually, how they explain things and basically it was by Michael Jaco and Dan Butler, and they talked about the earth so below, so above. So I want to ask you some questions because it fascinates me is, how low our moon is lately, and is it the reflection of the earth, or what's going on with our moon? Have everything we've been told been a lie? And I'm going to talk about some dimensional works because I believe we have many doorways here in dimensions, and I believe they're actually on Earth and they lead to other places because I do dimensional drawings like I showed in the last episode. So I asked the first question, so what's below is above. So basically I'm using the Starman card, so I've got justice straight away. Okay, so as you can see, it's balanced, and see how it's got a dome around here, right? And then you have basically the justice card. So you've got the sword in the middle, the water running, and you sort of have a sun and the crest above it, or a moon, however you want to look at it. So it's quite interesting. So it's actually a justice card. So it's about balancing the so below what's above, right? Then I got a king of coins up straight after that. So I'm going to because of the question I asked, and the next card was the seven of swords. See how the moon is in there, and then there's a mirror reflection. So basically it's like we're mirroring everything. Everything is like, I spoke about this once before on one of my channels, how everything is like a dimensional mirror. There's like a mirror and it mirrors back, sort of. I'm trying to explain it in an easy way so it's in good terms, but anyway, so that's with the mirror. But the King of Cups is holding the cup to fill up the cup, and then there's like a dolphin down there. It's a very beautiful card, and it has water behind him as well. So, and if you can see, the dolphins are very balanced there. So I believe that everything on so below and above has to be balanced. And I believe we've been very out of balance for quite a long time, and we're moving back into the balance. I pulled the Two of Cups, which is balance, filling up the cup, rebalancing everything. So then the Empress as well. But people were so heartbroken. So I got the Five of Swords here, which is sort of like a frozen card where energy stood still, where a lot of the ancient ways got destroyed and hidden and taken away from our beliefs. And if you have a look, is even it has swords everybody. It looks like a matrix as well, though basically So it's quite interesting when you visualize the cards. I've got the Three of Pentacles here, and this looks like the Earth womb, the Earth Mother, the Three of Pentacles, the Tree of Life. It's quite beautiful, actually. The Princess Sword goes into the, see how the birds fly into the sky, and yet it's looking up into the sky. This is the Fool. So if you have a look at the Fool in this card deck, it's of the question I asked. So it has a dome around where the star, the moon. This one actually has got a crocodile in it. So it's very earthy. But if you ever see, the star is shining down, so it brings reflection into the water as well. So does the moon when you see it. Like, it's quite amazing. So with that, and then we have the Knight of Swords that rode in. We're in a big energy shift. That's what I can see. So So I'm going to go really deep, a little bit of a deep dive into the cards will answer the questions. Whether you believe it or I believe it is not the point, is what the cards are going to tell us. And that's where the answers are going to come from. So it's not about our belief system. I'm just going to do what the cards ask. I'm going to ask questions and then just answer them, because it is such a fascinating subject. So I've already asked this once before: is the Earth bigger than they say? And so basically, it is. Okay. We can step in and outside of the world. So there's stargates, openings, and stuff like that. We have the beautiful Sun card, the King of Pentacles, and see the stairways. So you can go into different dimensions. But I don't know what you believe in, but that's how I see it. And then we've got the Ace Pentacle that tells me yes. So we have many dimensions here on Earth. And relearning all our tools and what we once knew is coming back, because it's a young card. So the fresh ideas are coming back in us, which is quite interesting, actually. So I find it quite interesting. So now I'm going to go to the next question. Right. So I'll be using all different kind of decks because I'm going to do ancestral question anyway. So in this question is the Earth bigger than what they want you to believe? I've already answered that in one of my other things, and I believe is so. And I believe, like, what they show you is there, but I believe around it there's more land right around, and I believe other beings actually live there. We just don't know about it because so much technology and so much has been hidden from us. So, but that is also whatever you want to believe in. So, but that's just my point of view. I did a reading on it and said yes, it was. So, and it's interesting so the moon has a reflection. Is that the reflection of the Earth? Because it doesn't look like clouds, but is it the reflection of the Earth? So, I'm pulling very odd cards here. Yes, it is. All right. So there's an ending coming to a story that we were being told. There's a lot of justice coming, rebalancing to Earth, and the book of knowledge, because it was so much knowledge was taken away, is coming back to us, and the yes card. So that's quite interesting. Okay. So now I'm gonna use a different deck because I want to ask different question. Is even that one's one of my favourite decks. So, all right, we'll ask that one. Is there many star beings living around? So what I mean is I perceive the earth be like that, and there's more land that they don't show us. Are the star beings living in those places that we don't know about, that are there, that are hidden from us? Yes, they are. So I've got Ace of Pentacles straight away. Is there anything else we need to know? So it's hidden information, so they don't really want us to know. Okay. And there's a lot of, yeah, you can ask a question. So this is the heartbreak that they suffered before. That's why they live there. I don't usually do personal questions here. I'll ask quickly, okay? But if you want to book a reading, there's actually a link below. So will my mum forgive me and forget what I did to her? Have you spoken to her since? Yes, she will. Okay. Be gentle. Be kind. There's a little bit of work to do on it. Really think about how you gonna approach this subject, but she will forgive you, okay? But she'll be standing very strong in her power, and you just have to find a way, look at a way of rewording what you say. Maybe buy a beautiful card and tell her how much you really love her, and just rephrase it. Look, we always have arguments sometimes. This is how humanity is. Okay, so do the best you can, okay? But she will forgive you, okay? Poor darling, that's sad. I hear you. All right, I hope that makes sense to you, Fantasia. Okay, so yes, she will, okay? So now we're going to go into different questions. Are the dimensional doors reopening to us? And what cards do I want to use? I don't want to use them. Actually, I'll use the in-between tarot. So, can we reach other dimension reopening to us when everything is rebalanced on our earth plane here? So I got the Empress. So it's quite interesting. We've still got the Eight of Swords, so they're still closed. Some people are not ready for that kind of technology. But the key is given to people that understand the technology. There's an ending coming here very fast. So it's like the phoenix. As you can see, the phoenix is rising. You see the cloud as an angel. So something has to end, and it's been tied up to this, what they've done to humanity, basically. Interesting. Justice again, so the balance. I get justice a lot lately, so there's a lot of justice going on, stuff like that. So, and then we got the Emperor, so that's a very powerful card because we've got the Empress as well. So these two have to be really in sync and balance with each other to go back into the doorways and vortexes. The Chariot, so that's as you can see, the Chariot, and look at the line up there, but it has a pyramid behind it, so there's a lot of aligning going on as well. And we got the Journey of the Fool again. The Ace of Wands. How lovely is that? And so that's a yes card to my question. What else do we need to know? We have the King of Swords. So there has to be a lot of trust. So because these are the in-between cards. And then the Knight of Swords. This reminds me of when the sword got pulled out of the stone and there's the crown. Is basically, it's like proving ourselves that we're worthy of that knowledge. So that's quite interesting. So in that, it's quite cool. So it is said that sometimes that we are in a dome and everything is a reflection. So as above as below, basically is. So our belief system is always made that there's so much out there, stars and all that. So what I'm going to ask is what's beyond our Earth system, all right? So I'm going to use the star cards for that. What is beyond our star system, our Earth, if it's in a dome? What's beyond it? The Tree of Life, basically. The Six of Cups. So I've got the Emperor, the High Priestess. So this has 3 moons on it, the High Priestess, and it's round. So if there, I'll go into what I mean in a minute. Okay. The Balanced Justice again. So for us to see, I see the sun here, and you jump over and you go, there's a star system. Okay. So the Six of Cups is, which in the other tarot decks is coming out of troubled water. But because of the reading I'm doing is what's beyond. So there are other star systems beyond that. So which is quite good. I didn't okay. Star systems. What do we need to learn beyond our own world? We need to rebalance transcend and ascent, basically. And we need to be in the order of the multitude, so embrace the flame, the light, so you can actually see beyond. And there's the gateway. So this is the Seraphim's gateway. It's an angelic divine attunement to the other others where that is. All right. So back to this one, because of justice and balance. And we've got the Four of Wands. So there's new horizons. Basically, there are other horizons. That's what this card's telling me, the Four of Wands. There's much more than we ever believe there is, even that there is so below, so above. Okay, so there's much more out there, new lands. So that's quite beautiful. Cool. They can go back here. Where did I put them? Oh, there. Anyway, how's everyone tonight? Good, I hope. It's been a beautiful day here. So I'm going to... so it's everything we've been told about the star beings and their space travels, is that all the truth? I already know the answer for that, but I just thought I asked. So basically, what they want us to believe is that what's outside of the earth is evil, right? So that's why religion was put in place, so you would follow that instead and not go with your intuition, which has turned the world upside down, basically. And as you can see, everything with religion and that, everything is this taken everything so for granted. Even our sovereignty and all that kind of, the Six of Wands. So there's a big change coming, right? And I find that it has a beautiful star on it as well. Sunflowers, I like sunflowers too. The Ten of Swords. So the ending of their domination is here. So that's these three cards here. So this is ending, okay? There's a great awakening within consciousness, which has been going on for quite a few years. Is there anything else we need to know to move forward? So we have the Empress again. There's a lot of Tree of Life, feminine power, balancing the male and feminine. It's about everyone finding their balance. I find to balance animals. We've got the two of Cups, love, togetherness, no more separation, share the knowledge. It's a love vibration. The Five of Pentacles freezes all the old systems out so they can leave. But remember, when systems collapse, we have to rebuild too. So, and then we have the Prince of Cups to fill up the cup, new hope. Even it feels dark, like we feel like that we're walking through the darkness. It's not. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. How beautiful is that? And it's like the Tree of Life is rebirthing itself. Awesome. Well, that's lovely. Wow. So that's some of those question answers. Now I'm going to ask some really, so you know, as above is below is, so we basically have to stay balanced, be in tune, do the best we can, be the best version, stand in your truth, be powerful, take your power back, not be a victim, and just really understand and become in tune with yourself, which is beautiful. So, you know, the earth might not be what we've been told it is, but the journey is still here for us to take our power back, our sovereign rights. Do you know, when you really have a look at the sovereign rights, how they're selling everything and made these big corporations to make money. They're making money because you're born. They're making money of your deeds of the houses. They make money out of everything that is basically on this earth, that they tax and take more and more and more and hoard and yet not share the wealth. Like when you have a look at the Vatican, why is it filled with gold? Why aren't the starving people getting fed? What is it that is people see? It's time for you to wake up that they're not nice. Anyway, that's my take on that. So that's now we're going to go into something was the technology that Tesla was sort of in electricity and making free electricity. I want to know how far back this technology goes. So what I'm going to do is ask a card, how far did we have free electricity in the 1600s? We'll go there first. I got the 5 of Cups, and it says yes. Okay, the 5 of Cups has jumped out. So, but it says yes, but it ended also. Okay, interesting. So there was when you look at a lot of the Tartarian stories in the Tartarian pictures, and you see all these towers up above, and then someone did an experiment on watch where they had copper, a magnet that spun it around, and something on the other end, I can't remember, a fan, I think, and it actually started spinning around, and it was giving you a free fan electricity. So it is so easy to make free electricity, yet they want to black out half of Australia in a moment and reckon we don't have enough electricity. Where did that come from? So I'm actually going to ask that, is the electricity in Australia, is it true that we do not have enough to supply everybody that lives here? Because we didn't have a problem with it before. So is that true that we don't have enough? There's a big fat puppy. So I got the 5 of Pentacles. So they're freezing it on us, basically. Yeah, that says it's all the dark cold. Playing with it. And then someone comes to rescue it. So interesting. Well, you know where it's coming from now, okay? So and the 6, there's an ending. We're coming out of troubled water with that, okay? So yes, well, you know where it's coming from. So it's evil. Now I have a question. Did Thomas Edison take some invention away from Tesla? Nikola Tesla. That's what I want to know. Because there's stories in there that he did, then he didn't. So let's find out from the cards, okay? Princess. The information is hidden. Interesting. Then I got the 4 of Cups. It was to fill up the cup. There was something to stop flowing. So, and then the King of Swords. What I feel with this reading is that, and then the Magician. So I believe there's truth to it, even that they say they don't. I believe is because of the money card is they didn't want free stuff out with a magician. So they basically defamed someone. If that makes sense. So was Nicholas Tesla, did he die or was he taken out? Seven of Wands. The King of Cups again. Something to do with... I've got two kings here. The Princess of Pentacles. And the Temperance. So he really believed in everything he did, and he did amazing work. There's two, so the King's two male energies around it. The Seven of Wands, if you have a look at it, was the sun's behind it and the fight. So it was all about the work he was doing. But some of the work was hidden. I think his wife hid some of it away. And the connection of the star beings, I think that's why a lot of things couldn't be found straight away. So I actually liked free electricity. My uncle used to play with stuff like that. We could have promotions. He actually wrote a book on it, a folder. And it's quite interesting. He used to make this machine, and then you turn it, and then it spun around, and it made all this electricity sparks coming off it. It was quite amazing, actually. He was very good like that, actually. Bless his soul in heaven. There is a cabal. They have all different kind of names. The reason it wasn't really hidden is this: we didn't open our eyes to actually see it, right? Is our earth has come unbalanced with a lot of evil things, and now it's trying to rebalance itself, where the truth is actually coming out and showing us. But I'll ask you the question. I'll ask the question again. I've actually done other YouTube channels on this. So basically, if you really have a look at the world in the moment and all the situations that are going on, that is not normal, right? There should be no way that there should be people starving. There should be no way that there's certain people have all the riches and nothing comes back down, and then they made all these corporations up to take basically everything you own. So, but you can do the research on there, how you look at the cabals, different things, who's in it. It's a big club. I guess people look at it in different ways, but is there really a cabal? But I believe a lot of it is getting removed and has been removed, and that we are going into better times, but everything's going to crash first. It's like a tower energy. Is there much of the cabal left? So I got the Empress here, so they're like the finest things in life. The Justice card. So there's already a lot of justice going on. Then I've got Judgment. So then Justice and Judgment. So Judgment is they blew their own trumpet too much and they got caught. If you have a really look at some companies like BlackRock or something, how huge they are and what they actually own. And if you have a look at all the governments, they all became corporations. So that's what they're doing with everything, basically. I believe there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and I feel there's some a lot of truth that's going to come out within the next 6 to 8 months that we can actually see. If something is corrupt, it has to come to an end, but it's how we react to it and allow it. Do we stop it as well? It's got to do with people power as well. Do we just stand back and watch all these horrible things happening on this earth? It's us changing as well. It will turn everything upside down for a while. So if that makes sense. But there's a new energy coming through. So basically is if you, and we got the Hermit as well. So there's helpers. And to the question, yes, there is. So this is my yes card for the Cabal. So there are around, right? So, but when you look at a complex system that's been indoctrinated for thousands of years, it's going to take a while to actually undo, and it's going to take a while for us to understand that we have to change to bring in change, because in the consciousness, a lot of things, we don't want this anymore. We don't want to be treated like this anymore. And then it goes out in the consciousness, and the consciousness will change it up. And then all the things will start crumbling, and you're starting to see that now where petrol prices go up, they do it, and then they throw everything at us until we stand up for ourselves when we had enough. So basically, and then we have to all get the power together and help remove the people that we not even voted into this power. So it's a lesson for all of humanity as well, and it's a very big karmic lesson of my past readings. So it is a pretty big job, and there's a lot of hidden information here. So that's with that. There's a lot that hasn't come forward, and then we have the deal making here. So to explain it in a different way, there's other channels that they do truth readings as well. So basically there's deals going on behind. So you're still given a choice. Are you going to become, if you look at Epstein Island kind of stuff, is there were people on that were even going to that, knew that person, that were actually even in a certain castle. So people like that should be actually removed as from their position, and they should actually, what did they do? They did a big payout. So, but the person took the payout instead of making the person own up to what they actually did. So, do we turn a blind eye or do we confront it? And it's all about balance. So it's a big movement, a lot of work, and it's not just going to be fixed like that. It actually does take time. So, but you can do a lot of research on it, and we got the swords here. So what that means is, yes, with the Justice and Nine of Swords, it's a very mental card. It's exhausting as well. So, and these are the new ways that are coming in. So, but you will see some of the truth coming out. I think it is about the awakening of humanity, how they actually look at it. Can they cope with information? Because we've been lied to over so many years, and we always believed that our government had our best interest, when you can see now it doesn't. It's how you look at it. But do some research on it and read up on it. It's quite interesting. Just Google different kind of things, and and make up your own mind on that and what you believe is. I'm just doing the cards and I'm telling you what my cards are telling me and what my gut feeling on this is. So, and I believe there's a lot of changes. So even here in Australia, I feel there's a lot of changes coming here as well. So, and it's for the better. Is this we have to shed. It's like when we do work on ourselves, like healing ourselves and then letting go of the people that we don't resonate with. It's the same thing. Everything needs time to heal. Everything needs time to crash. You rebuild when you crash and stuff like that. So, yeah. So don't believe everything you hear on the news, basically. Do your research on that subject. So if that makes sense. So, yeah. How were they removed? I don't, well, apparently of what certain readers say is that there's trials going on in the background. So, and there's a lot of things going on in the background. So there's a lot of people you haven't seen in a long time. So you know that they're, like when you look at how quiet Hollywood is and all of a sudden you see people that used to look a certain way, all of a sudden they look totally different. Are they, what have they actually done? You remember technology is so intelligent. If you watch even the X Factor with Simon Cowell, where someone took his face over and pretended to sing when it was someone else, and that's how far we have really advanced technology. So they can do a lot of things that we won't even see with our own eyes. So it's quite interesting, if that makes sense. So, yeah. So I hope that answered your question. So cool. But I'll do more readings on it, like the more we go into it, because I know there's a lot of changes coming. So now we're going to go into more of a positive note. I'm going to do abundance. How do we create abundance? So basically, if you flow with life, life flows with you. So to create your abundance is being in the now, and it's not about wanting things, it's about creating in the now. The more you ask to want, that's the unit, we don't understand the want. Is it about the knowing? Like, say if you have this gut feeling a lotto ticket's going to win, go and buy one. It's in the now. And if you want something badly, like visualize it. It's in your now coming through. So how interesting. So we've got the scarab. So there's a lot of new energy coming. It's also the energy of the ancestors. And I'm using this beautiful deck, in case anyone wondered. So it has so you do have little write-ups about it as well. So if I go into the scarab, which is Egyptian, it's a very lucky lucky totem from the Egypts, but it's also rebirthing, travel, creativity, sacred knowledge. So that all that's coming in. From the dung beetle of the earth, you can rise and shine your wings and fly with your imagination. So creating your own stuff, actually. So it's quite beautiful. Ancient knowledge. The snake, shed everything that doesn't serve you. This is aligning yourself as well. In the dark cult, they actually took the serpent as a snake away into evil, yet it's meant to flow like the DNA. Quite beautiful. And the next card is the phoenix, rising like a phoenix. How beautiful is that? So a lot of people will get an energy boost and feel new energies, new projects coming on, rebuilding themselves, stepping back into their emotional selves, and stuff like that. So it's quite beautiful. So we just have to trust and believe and surrender to everything in life. So I actually bought a new deck the other day. It's called the Galactic Symbols. So this is really interesting because I'm designing an oracle deck. I finished designing it, but I wanted to know if I should put writing on the back like this or if I should do a book. So I'm going to try both out, but I'll pull a couple cards out of these. What does humanity need to know? What message have you got for humanity? So we've got these signs. Look out for signs. And then it says, guidance from a loved one may come through a vision or a predictive dream. So basically a loved one's coming to reach you and give you a message. Look for the signs and the symbols. Comfort and blessing. Bliss comes from feeling you have made a strong choice. Take the best action on all or are on the right track. You are on the right track. Kind and loving deeds. So basically it's about you're getting messages from loved ones, kind deeds, and just watch the symbolism, watch your symbols and really open your heart, let it in. You know, we're all psychic. We all have this gift if you choose to use it. I've been doing this for so many years now. I've always seen spirits. So I've never been afraid of it. So I'm lucky that my mum never shut that part of me down. And it's got me to this journey. I've been reading for over 30 years. So YouTube is new. I'm still learning a lot on this, and it's quite amazing. So, but I'm so blessed that I took myself out there to do this. So, and ask different kind of questions. So it's quite amazing. So I hope you have a lovely evening, and thank you for watching. And in the future, if you have any questions, just ask. And thank you for everyone asking questions tonight as well. It's amazing. I hope that answered your questions too. So with all that said, much love and blessing, and thank you for supporting me. So thank you so much, and thank you. And the other thing is flow with life, and life will flow with you. Okay. So bye-bye from me. See you next time.